welcome to another 902 gaming video, and we got more spoilers today from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. I'm going to try to make this video way shorter than the one I did yesterday. I'm going to skip over some of the cards. Again, the link will be below if you want to take a look at the rest of them. I'm going to look at mostly the mythics and rares and stuff that usually tend to define the format. And up first we have Invoke Calamity. It's 5 mana. You can cast 2 instants or sorcery spells with total mana value 6 or less from your graveyard and or hand without paying their mana costs. If those spells we put in your graveyard, exile them instead, and then exile Invoke Calamity. It's an instant. This looks like, hopefully we're going to get a cycle of cards like this. So there'll be a blue one and a white one and a green one. Hopefully the blue one's not, completely broken in half. This is interesting. Again, it comes down to the same thing as the black one. I don't know if there's any room for a 5 mana instant that's 4 red. They mentioned before that they're trying to push monocolored in certain formats, I think, like Alchemy or Historic maybe. So this could be a little bit of a push in that direction. That being said, it's potential to have you can potentially play it in a 2-color deck with a very small splash of another color. It's possible. This one here, Igneous Inspiration. So that's a good card if you're actually able to copy it. You have 2 of these in your graveyard, 6 damage, and you get to learn twice. So that's kind of neat. There's all kinds of other possibilities as well. So I don't know if it'll see play. It's pretty sweet though. Okay. So sorry, Captain. You can see what it does there. Twin Shot Sniper. So it's a 2/3 reach for 4 mana. Comes in the battlefield, deals 2 damage to any target. You can channel it for 2 mana and then discard Twin Shot Sniper, and it deals 2 damage to any target. This is interesting because it's an artifact creature as well. These channel cards are likely going to see some play, I would imagine. I don't know if necessarily this one will, but I think the channel mechanic is very, 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 very strong. Okay. So we got Runaway Trashbot. Okay, so it gets something for artifacts and enchantments in your graveyard. All right, Lizard Blades. So 2 mana, double strike. That's the typical for any of the creatures. They're 2 mana and double strike 1/1. And then you basically equip it for 2. That's pretty good. I think the fact that these are both is what will make them see play. Now we get confirmation of Genji the Midnight Sky. I already went over this in a previous video. I'll take a quick look at this guy. I think he's just +2/+0 for each. Yeah, other modified creatures you control. So it's each other modified creature, so it doesn't count themselves. Okay. Now this one here, this hotshot mechanic, it crews vehicle as though its power were 2 greater. That feels like it's awkward. I don't know why, but it feels like it's awkward wording to me. It is a 1 mana 2/1 though. That's not irrelevant. So basically it's crews as a 4 power creature. But this is weird wording to me. Maybe it's just me. It seems like it's weird wording. But this will definitely see play, I'm sure, if the vehicle thing becomes a thing. We have a removal spell here, Malicious Malfunction. All creatures get -2/-2 until in front. If it would die, exile it. It's a sorcery. Don't think this will see play at all because we have Path of Peril. So I don't think it might see as an additional maybe, but I don't think it'll see play just based on that fact. Agent Futurista. So we got a futurist agent. Human ninja, as long as it's tapped, it is a human citizen with basic power and toughness, 1/1 and can't be blocked. Untap futurist agent. I don't understand this card.
I understand nothing.
So just when it attacks, it becomes a 1/1? I guess. And it can't be blocked. Okay, so this is, For 4 mana though, it says white. For 4 mana, it's basically a 1/1 that can't be blocked, and then it springs up to a 3/4. But it also allows you to be able to ninjutsu things into play. Okay, what do we got next here? I think Assassin's Color Ink. So 4 mana instant. If you control an artifact, the spell costs 1 less to cast. So if that artifact is an equipment or an enchantment, if you control an enchantment, the spell costs 1 less to cast. Short target creature or planeswalker. And again, this outside of draft and stuff like that, this won't see play, I don't think. It might if the vehicle deck and stuff plays some enchantments as well, which it might. Then it will see play as a 2 mana removal spell. But traditionally, conditional removal spells don't see play. And this one's more on the conditional because it's for 4 mana, it's way too expensive for a single removal spell. That doesn't exile or anything else. Okay, so we got Cap Attack Worker. So we have green. We have Ninjutsu in green. It's a ninja turtle. Whenever it enters the battlefield, it comes into play with a Death Touch counter on it. Deals combat damage to the player. You remove the Death Touch counter, and when you do, exile target artifact or enchantment target player controls. I like the Death Touch counter. I like this, be able to move this counter around. I think that's pretty neat. Be able to give creatures that don't have that ability. It's not bad. I don't think it'll see play though. It might, maybe, but I don't think so. We have Tatsunar. We got confirmation of this card. I went over this card in another video. Leech Gauntlet. So 2 mana, 2/2 with lifelink. Reconfigure a 4. That means to attach it, you have to pay 4 mana. That's a lot to give a creature lifelink, I think. I think that'll probably make this card unplayable. Potentially, I think. Yeah, I don't think this will see play at all. I mean, it'll probably be like completely broken in draft or something, but not for standard. And we got we got a 2 mana vehicle. Oh boy, this better not be busted. Swift Hover Bike. That's kind of cool. 2 mana is flash. Okay. Flying, and when it enters the battlefield, tap up to 1 target creature. Well, it's not a super broken. It's not like a 4/4 or something, which is good. But I do like. This is a pretty. Seems like a pretty good vehicle. Flash it into play. It has flying. And it taps a creature, and it has only a crew of 1, so that's interesting. That'll likely see play in the vehicle deck if it exists. All right, we got Bronze Plate Boar, 3 mana, 3/2. Trample. Okay, so just at base stats, it's nothing special. 3 mana, 3/3s are the traditional norm. And these reconfigure costs are insane for some of these cards. I understand they operate slightly differently than enchantments, and but not much different than equipment, really. Just basically making it a creature and an equipment opens up to more removal type spells. But equipping it onto something, that's very expensive, I think. So this cost here will keep it out of standard, I think. Sokazen Smelter. Goblin Artist. For the beginning of your turn, beginning of combat on your turn, pay 1 and sacrifice an artifact. If you do, create a 3/1 red construct artifact creature token with haste. That's pretty good, I think. Blood tokens and stuff like that. It doesn't say non-token, just says an artifact. So any of the blood tokens maybe you have lying around. Treasure tokens as well. Being able to attack for 5 on turn 3 is quite a bit, I think. Also be able to create a 3 power creature that can crew. That's pretty interesting. But again, it'll depend on what artifacts and stuff are available, and if blood tokens and stuff start seeing more and more play and like stuff like that. So Moon Snare Prototype. 1 blue. Tap an artifact or a creature you control and add 1 colorless. Okay, well that's not bad. But again, this is like a conditional thing. I don't know how good that is. It might be better than I think it is. Because artifacts now, when you tap them, they don't lose their abilities anymore like they used to. That kind of gives blue ramp, does it not? I mean, this is very similar to the green 1-mana creature that taps another creature. Okay, but it also has channel on top of it. So 5 mana, discard it. Target the owner of target non-land permanent puts it on the top or bottom of their library. So it's kind of a removal spell. Nobody. I wish it wouldn't give the option. I wish you could choose what you wanted to do with it. That's interesting. Geothermal Kami, 4 mana, 4/3. When it enters the battlefield, you may return an enchantment you control to its owner's hand. If you do, you gain 3 life. 4 mana, 4/3. So it allows you to replay another enchantment. Again, 4 mana. I don't think that's, maybe draft or something again. March of Otherworldly Light. X and white instant. Additional cost is cast a spell. You may exile any number of white cards from your hand. The spell costs 2 less to cast for each card exiled this way. So you exile like 3 cards. It's basically X will equal 6. Exile target artifact, creature, or enchantment with mana value X or less. So basically allows you to turn this into a Swords to Plowshare with being able to attack artifact or enchantments. This is a very good card. So even potentially at 2 mana and exiling 1 white card, it allows you to get rid of something 3 mana. Then there's also the thing where you don't actually have to exile any cards from your hand if you don't need to. So it's basically just whatever the mana value of it is. And typically the most standard is like 4 or less. So it's like 5 mana, and the fact that it's instant, and it targets basically almost everything that you want except for a planeswalker. This will definitely see play. Okay, what else we got here? March of Reckless Joy. Exile X cards from the. So this is basically the same thing as the white one. It's an instant. Additional costs, but you may exile a number of red cards from your hand. It costs 2 less for each red card exiled this way. Exile X cards from the top of your library. You may play up to 2 of them until the end of your next turn. So for 3 mana or 1 mana and 1 other red card. So you'd have this card and another red card, and you can exile 2 cards from the top of your library. That's pretty good, I think. I think that's really good, actually. I think the other one is like 2 mana, and it's a sorcery on top of it. So I think that's really, really good. This will both of these will see play for sure. I'm kind of excited now for the black and blue one and the green one as well. See what they look like. And last one, we have Gloom Shrieker. Okay. It's an enchantment creature, 3 mana, has menace. When it enters the battlefield, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, so like Eternal Witness. But it also has menace. Okay, cool. If it would die, you exile instead, so you can't get it back. That's pretty good, actually, I think. I think that's really good, actually. The fact that it's got menace is good, too, I think. I would have rather see, like, Death Touch or something on it, but that might have made it too powerful, maybe. But yeah, that's all for the spoilers today. Nothing new. This was all from yesterday, I think. There's a few really good cards. Still got more to go, I think. I think we're at 94 cards spoiled so far. Yeah, I tried to keep it a little bit shorter. Didn't succeed as well as I would have liked. I'm still hoping for a couple of really good, really sweet cards. We haven't seen everything yet, so hopefully it continues to be a really awesome set, because so far I like it. All right, anyways, hopefully you enjoy the video, and I'll see you later.